Okay, well, Van Dykers, welcome back to another video. And so today, we will be watching I Got My Stepmom Pregnant. I'm sorry, but what the Oh, okay. Don't worry. Family-friendly commentary. But, let's get into this video. Please leave a like and subscribe for this next video coming up. Yeah, I'm sick right now, sadly. Kinda sucks, but, like, whatever. But, yeah, so let's get right into this video and smash the like and the subscribe button. And, last time, actually, I got a lot of views on this, so let's see if we can, set the bar higher. Let's, just get into the video.
Sabrina, and I'm 18 years old. And I wanted to tell you the story about how I got my father's wife pregnant. I know,
what?
you likely don't believe.
Okay. I just want to know, what the well, why is there a girl there? I mean, it's okay, like, the alphabet community is, like, it's all good, but, like, what? Why is there a girl?
Me, or you're probably wondering how I could do that. How did a girl get another girl pregnant? Or why would she do that? I promise, I will tell you everything. But I must start from the very beginning for you to understand it at all. This all began when my mother died. She was in the hospital due to cancer. When she found out that she had it, it was too late to do anything, and all we could do was wait for her to pass away. I remember it all. She was in so much pain, and all I could do was watch. It was gut-wrenching for me, especially because I was a girl who needed her mother. After she died, it was only me and my father. No one else. He and I would spend a lot of time together. We played together, and he took me on father-daughter dates. Everything was perfect until she came into our lives. Then, it all burned and went to crap. 2 years after my mom passed away, my father, Liam, told me that he fell in love with a woman and wanted to marry her. This woman was his secretary that they met at his business. Her name was Leanne.
Damn, bro.
I was shocked when I found out that they were dating. He was 50 and she was only 25. That's disgusting. She wasn't much older than me, after all. But that isn't even the worst part. Leanne was evil. Whenever I wanted to go out with my friends, she would say no. Or she'd make me clean up every part of the house, even her clothes and...
Bro, whose parents doesn't make them clean up the house? Quit complaining, you little sassy bit. I'm joking, guys. Calm down. I'm really not, though.
her underwear. She would scream at me if I cooked wrong or didn't do what she wanted. Sometimes, when I was at school, she stole my clothes and jewelry and never gave it back to me. Leanne would also hit me if I spoke to her.
Okay.
When my father was around, she would pretend she was a sweet stepmom. But when he was gone, she would take off her mask and show me the truth. Trust me when I say that Leanne was a horrible woman. Then my birthday came along. I was so excited to have a day full of fun and presents. That day, I was supposed to receive a nice, quiet party with my friends and boyfriend, but she ruined everything. She canceled my party and made sure my friends didn't come at all. She said, "Don't you know?" "Don't I know what?" I asked, confused. What did she mean? "You're not allowed to have a party here," she said, smirking at me as she twirled a blonde curl in between her red-painted nails. In that moment, I knew she was a real witch. Nobody could be that awful, right? "But it's my birthday," I argued.
That's crazy.
"Oh well," she shrugged as she rolled her eyes. I said no.
Or you're gonna stick your big hunk.
I didn't listen to her that day. Why would I? This was supposed to be my birthday, and she was destroying everything that I wanted. So I made sure to invite my boyfriend. When my partner Elias came, she grabbed him by the collar and kicked him out.
What?
She yelled at him, "You're never allowed in here. I'll call the cops if you return." Because of that, my boyfriend started calling her Witch Stella.
Okay, we're back.
Leanne was not only terrible to me, but to my boyfriend. She made sure that he and I could never be happy.
Bro, it's with a C-H.
So one day,
Are you okay?
when Elias and I were talking, he said, I have a plan to get rid of Witch Stella. What is it? I asked, curious as to what he meant. Please understand that Witch Stella was horrific and treated me like a maid. She was never nice to me, and my father did nothing to help. I needed to take this matter into my own hands. I would do anything to get rid of her and make sure that she would never hurt me again. If you were in my shoes, I know that you would do the same exact thing, so please don't judge me. We need to get her pregnant, Elias said, explaining the whole plan to me. I nodded and told him that I was in. I would do whatever he asked me to do as long as she was out of my life. We planned that we would do this when my father was going to be gone for 2 weeks for business. He would be traveling those days, so he shouldn't be back. Elias and I decided that that would be the best time to attack. There would be nobody around except for me and Leanne. When he's gone, I'll give Witch Stella a hypnotic juice that would make her fall asleep. And when she falls into a deep sleep, I'll go into her bedroom and use a syringe full of my boyfriend's semen. Eventually, that should do the trick. If we got her pregnant, we could tell my father that she was cheating on him and that we had proof to show him. It sounds like the perfect plan, right? Well, it should have been, but not everything works out the way it should be. Anyways, the night came, the time Elias and I said we would finish the plan. Around 8 that night, Witch Stella started screaming at me, asking for a drink, so I took this as my chance. I left her the hypnotic juice on the table. I thought that would be enough for her to drink it, and everything would be okay. Boy, was I so wrong. I went to my room to look for the syringe when I heard the door open, and my father saying, "Honey, I'm home. The trip was canceled, so I'm back."
Oh my god.
Oh no, he wasn't supposed to be back. I walked back into the living room and saw that my father drank the juice and was sleeping on the couch, snoring loudly. I tiptoed towards the cup and saw that it was completely empty. He drank it all. What do I do now? I took this as the chance to see Witch Stella's room. When I got there, she was asleep on her bed. I took this chance to inject her with the syringe, but as I was doing it, she began to shift and move. As I finished injecting her, she woke up and screamed when she saw me. "What are you doing? Get away from me, you rat!" Witch Stella said, pushing me away from her. "Tell me what you were doing right now." I widened my eyes and told her the truth. I told her everything. Leanne began crying, sobbing when I told her what I did. She ran out of the room and told my father everything, who looked at me with disappointment. He asked me, "How could you do something like that? She's your stepmom."
Whoa!
"I hate her," I said, shrugging. It was the truth. She was the absolute worst, and I wanted her out of my life. She ruined everything. She's not a good person. As I spoke, my father shook his head at me, sighing. "I can't believe you were this horrible of a girl, Sabrina. I need you out of my house, right now." "But Dad," I said, yelling, "I'm your daughter." No daughter of mine would do something like that. "You have an hour to pack your bags and go, or I'm calling the cops," my father said, shaking his phone in front of my face. He stared at me with harsh eyes. There was no love in them, only hatred. "Go! Now." "Okay," I said, as I went up to my room to pack my bags. My heart hurt as I packed my clothes, tears forming themselves in my eyes. My father was kicking me out, and it was all Witch Stella's fault. He chose her over me. How could he do that to me? I sighed as I grabbed my things and left the house. Where do I go? I called my boyfriend and told him everything that happened. He told me to stay where I was, because he was going to come pick me up. Elias picked me up in his usual red car and took me home with him. He said, "You can stay with me for as long as you need, okay?" "Thank you," I said, and nodded. Since I got kicked out, I stayed with my boyfriend. It wasn't the ending I was hoping for, but it was a good one nonetheless. At least I didn't have to deal with Leanne and her awfulness.
You know, I really like that that video. It was like full stepbro mode and stepmommy, and like got all that juice in it. You get it? I'm not funny. Okay. Yeah, and also it's got the 1999 Suzuki Grand Vitara. Huh. Well, boys, I'll see you in the next one. Sure.